Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be just talking about the general market for today. Bitcoin is down 2.18%, and we can see with altcoins, they're taking quite a beating, some more than others. One of the notable ones right now is Uniswap being down roughly 8% for the day. Um, now, uh, for something like this, uh, I, I would say this is not something highly unusual. If we bring it back to the daily on the Bitcoin charts, we're simply back where we were roughly 3 days ago. December 5th, we opened at this around this price, and we've been at this level for quite a few days. We've been also at this level, November 21st, which seems like a very long time ago, but relatively not too long. So, with that said, I'm not entirely concerned. Uh, when looking at Ethereum's still up from its relative lows, which is great at 0.03 Bitcoin. Chainlink is still falling down, but if you've watched my previous video on Chainlink that I made today, I said that it is possible that we come back down to this level here before we see any signs of reversal. However, it could potentially reverse from here as well. We simply don't know, but as history has shown us, tops resistance becomes support very commonly with Chainlink. Uniswap, I made a video about this as well. You kind of see a downward trending price. However, all I said is that it has from where it is now to at least above 12,000 sats to make a higher low. And if it does make a higher low, then I'm still bullish on the coin. It's kind of a little better seen with Ethereum when you see this downward trend, but again, even if it's down 8% for the day, that's fine. Coincidentally, I'm up on Uniswap because I have been averaging down. Did buy around this area as well, and have been dollar cost averaging ever since. Um, Basic attention token is also hurting. I know a lot of you have been buying basic attention token, and I would still say at these levels it's an opportune buy. I would not have bought during this green weekly candle um, because it pumped at that point like 20% or something like that within the week, and was not comfortable buying something that was already up 30% in such a short amount of time. But when it's at these levels and lower, I think it's an opportune buy. But always, if you are considering, be prepared that it could possibly break further down. I still think this is a significant area for people to be looking at. When looking at basic attention token, we have been only this low, once in its history, and because of that, it's quite significant. Celsius. Celsius has been, holding pretty steady. It has not lost a majority of its gains for the past year, which is quite impressive. Still holding at around 12,000 sats. It has been tapering off, I would say, in comparison to its other like major rallies it's had. These things are quite impressive to see. But now we're starting to see tapering off of Celsius, and that could be due to the current volatility of the market. So in essence, I mean, I'm just going through some of the coins that I like to follow. Um, and when Bitcoin does these 2% moves, it can affect the market quite rapidly, and the all market is quite sensitive to that. Um, But I would say to zoom out, take a look at the bigger picture. We've been only at these levels for 2 weeks max, I believe, and we haven't seen any difference. The one thing I would say to be keeping an eye on is the dominance, and the dominance because of this move today has been rising quite rapidly. Um, for at least for the day, and when we flip it on the weekly, we're up 2 green candles now, and we're rise. The trend is going back up. Now, will this be a move that brings Bitcoin dominance back up to this level? We'll see. I'm one to argue that we're going to see a repeat of what we've seen these past three dips that you can see here. We're going to see one coming down here. I also said that it's not going to be as clear of a drop. We saw weeks here, weeks where Bitcoin price was in the green, Bitcoin dominance was in the green. We saw a big candle move like this, and then a further continuation to the bottom before we found a local bottom to reverse. So it can happen. Not all drops are as clear, but we'll see what the general macro trend over the weekly will have to say about that. If we move up back up here, or if we kind of oscillate, but eventually trending downwards like so. But as of right now, we're only maybe 3-4 weeks in to what this new phase of Bitcoin dominance will take us to. And it's too early to tell. At this point, if you are holding, your positions are bleeding, take a deep breath and stay level-headed. Let this be a lesson that to not buy at the top, not to buy when everyone's shouting that it's gonna go crazy high, in essence. But that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.